What's up, folks, and welcome to episode 15 of Real Amigos. I am one of your hosts, Chris, as always, joined by my two co-hosts, Donnie and Phil.
Donnie. You said it early.
I did. That's fine. You didn't have to repeat me, but that's all right. So, Donnie, how are you? How are you today?
I'm good, man.
Yeah, just
good.
under the umbrella. Look, I said umbrella this
sombrero.
time. You've said it so many times. I'm saying it now.
Spanish word for giant hat.
That's great. Phil, what's up, man? How are you?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing.
I wish I had this giant hat right now. It's raining like crazy up here.
Is it? Oh, we haven't
like bad rain. Like people without power, trees down, crazy weather.
Geez. Oh, that is crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I saw you're selling your van. You sold it yet?
Nope.
No.
Nope. In fact, this episode is brought to you by My Van for Sale.
Go to Facebook.com, look up Phil Miles, and he's selling a van. It's a van that in a different month I may actually buy. So we'll see how that goes.
Chris is crossing his fingers. I don't sell it.
I know. I really like it, especially now you put those nice pictures on Facebook. I'm like, dang it, I really want it. But yeah, we'll get there. So that is not what our show is about. Our show is about movies, and so we're glad that you are here. Real quick, just to kind of before we jump in, anybody? We were just talking right before we went on the air about a show that I'm watching on Netflix right now called Magic for Humans, and it is a fantastic show. It's not a movie, but I just wanted to kind of give a plug out there. I watched like 3 episodes back to back one night this week, and then I've tried to catch an episode like one more each night, and it's a lot of fun. It's really funny. It's a magic show, but it's it's really clean for the most part. He's really funny, and if you like magic, it's kind of a twist on
Who doesn't?
kind of street magic, which is fun. It's not like all weird gothic Chris Angel kind of stuff. He's kind of funny, and
that guy's a freak, man.
yeah. Donnie shared a clip. Donnie shared a clip with us in our message. You need to look up the clip of him making the guy disappear. It is one of the best magic. So basically, he convinces a guy that he made him invisible. And so he's got everybody playing along. So everybody that's sitting in the park pretends like they can't see this guy. And this guy, he is buying into it. He's walking around taking stuff out of people's bags.
Yeah, but what does he do? He reaches into someone's bag to steal their wine. That's what people do, man.
I know.
He thinks he's getting away with it, and he takes a bottle. Your true character comes out when you're invisible.
So that brings up a podcast that I listened to on This American Life a couple of weeks ago, where they talk about basically there's 2 superpowers, right? There's 2 competing superpowers. There's
flying. There's
flying and there's invisibility.
Yeah,
right. It's one or the other.
Yeah.
And in both cases, the guy that's doing the show is talking about how he uses this discussion this idea as a discussion starter at dinner parties and all kinds of places that he goes. And he said every time people talk about their superpower, that definitely brings out their depravity. That nobody's like, one guy's like, I wouldn't fight crime. Like, why would I fight crime? It doesn't make me invincible. Like, just because I can fly. And then it's just funny to listen to people talk. Like, man, if I was invisible, I'd leave my meetings at work and then I'd go back in and I'd listen to them talk about me and see what they think. And, like everybody's
using in the locker rooms.
Yeah, exactly, and everybody's using these powers for nefarious deeds.
Yeah, we're all depraved
people.
We're all depraved. That is basically the moral Fellowship of the Ring.
Hey, I watched some actual movies.
Okay, let's hear it. What'd you watch?
I went back and watched Rambo: First Blood Part 2.
How was it?
And Rambo 3.
How was that?
Mixed bag. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but I mean, it was fun. I mean,
it's on my list.
Donbo in high school, so
there you go.
I watched a lot of Rambo. But in part 3, he gets real quippy. Him and Troutman kind of have like a little. They have a couple little Schwarzenegger-esque kind of lines that they throw in.
What do you mean?
Which I thought was interesting. Like he makes a joke about something. You'd have to watch it. He doesn't like laugh or anything, but he cracks a joke.
He's trying to be humorous.
Yeah, it's like, Arnold, I lied or something like that kind of thing.
That's funny.
I watched a movie called Space Hunter from 1983.
Yeah, I don't know this.
was Molly Ringwald's first movie, and it's really terrible.
Why do you watch this stuff?
Unsurprising.
It's nostalgia, man. I watched it back in the day, and I wanted to see if it was any good, and it wasn't.
Just to clarify, it was not any good.
And I also watched, among others, I watched 12 Strong finally. I was wanting to see that, and I watched that
with Chris.
It was good, yeah. Did you like it?
It was pretty good. I liked it for the most part.
Okay.
It was one of the best war movies I've seen, but it was pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I mean,
I like the part where General Dosen is like, "We're coming down into the valley to get you. We have American bombs."
Oh yeah, when he's talking trash to the Taliban, it's like we're gonna wipe you out.
So good.
I brought American bombs.
Could you please stop doing that? Please stop announcing our arrival to the enemy. That'd be great.
It was good. I liked it.
Michael Pena.
Yeah, Michael Pena is really good.
Pena.
Now he has a movie on Netflix I haven't watched yet, but it's on my list called Extinction, I believe.
Yeah,
and I've heard really good
stuff. I threw that in my list.
But yeah, I haven't watched it yet. All right, let's roll into the show. Anything else, Phil? Anything on your side? Did you watch anything? Anything worth talking about?
I don't watch movies.
No. All right.
Just because I don't.
Only TV.
I don't even watch TV that much.
He's busy. He's a busy guy.
Guy.
Okay, well then let's do what we always do, which is roll into the first segment of our show, which we call Donnie's Top 5! Top 5! I love last week, if you listen back to not last week, but episode 13, last time we did Donnie's Top 5, right after we all get done screaming, you just hear Phil say, Cinco de Mayo. Which I thought was...
I don't know why.
Which I thought was funny.
Wouldn't it be Donnie or... Cinco de Donnie?
Cinco de
Donnie.
Cinco de Donbo.
All right, Don, what do you got? Donnie's Top 5. Let's... Sorry.
All right. So we've all seen movies that we wish we could forget. But forgetting is hard to do sometimes unless you've been afflicted with something called amnesia. So this week's theme is going to be pretty straightforward. It's going to deal with memory loss. We're going to look at characters who do not remember either their own identities or some vitally important piece of background information about themselves, such as Memento, which is not on my list.
Is this movie longer than that's it? There's more than Memento?
There's quite a few.
There's a bunch of good ones.
I hope the Notebook.
51st Dates. Come on. It's not on my list. Finding Nemo is a good one, but it's not on my list.
That should be on your list.
So I'm titling tonight's list Donnie's Top 5 or so memory loss movies with spoilers.
All right.
So here we go. We'll start at number 1 with a movie from 1996 starring Gina Davis. It's called The Long Kiss Goodnight.
Great movie.
Oh, good movie.
Samantha Cain's forgotten that she is a super secret agent until she bumps her head and remembers who she really is, and then the butt kicking begins. Yeah. Samuel L. Jackson also stars in this film. Pretty good little action movie.
It's really good.
Kind of under the radar. A lot of people haven't seen it. Phil obviously has.
Yeah, I have too.
Seen it.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's pretty good. So The Long Kiss Goodnight. Let me throw a pretty popular one in the mix. Men in Black 2 from 2002, where Agent J has retired from the Men in Black, and he now does not remember his former life as an agent. So Agent J has to go find Agent K and restore his memory so they can fight against Serlina, the villain of Men in Black Part 2.
This isn't the Josh Brolin movie, is it? Josh Brolin in this?
No, that was Part 3. He played the younger
back in time
version, yes, of Tommy Lee Jones.
Not to be confused with the new one that's coming out, which has Chris Hemsworth in it.
Oh, they have Men in Black 4?
Yep, Chris Hemsworth is in it, and I believe Valkyrie, Tessa Thompson is in it too, I believe.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
Men in Black,
number 3.
the British version, even though neither of them
I don't think sounds like
British, but
it's exactly what it sounds like. All right, coming in, the next number is you could throw probably all these movies in, but I'm going to throw in just the first one, The Bourne Identity from 2002.
Nice. Jason
Bourne knows stuff that he doesn't know how he knows.
Yep.
So that's pretty much the summary of that whole film.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, the very first Bourne movie, that movie was amazing. Like,
no. That's why I say the first one was great.
It was just...
They got a little, shticky after that.
I
but
know.
That one was really
that
good.
one, man. That one holds up. When you watch it, the fight in the apartment with the pin and the guy, and oh my gosh, such a great movie.
Clive Owen was in that. He was one of the other agents.
Yeah, that was
he was a sniper. Wasn't he the sniper or something?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, God, such a great movie.
Yeah, it is a good one.
Born, and Julia Stiles. Julia Stiles is in that.
Oh, that's right.
She in the first one?
Yeah, isn't she? Yeah.
I know she's in some of them. One of them.
Yeah.
Is that the one?
I thought she was in the first one and died in the second one.
Don't know. I don't think she was in the first one, but I could be wrong. All right.
You might be right. It might have been that other girl.
Yeah.
That like French girl.
Yeah, it was some French girl. All right. Coming in at the next number is The Majestic in 2001 with Jim Carrey.
Oh yeah, this is a great one.
Peter Appleton thinks that he is somebody else's son, but he's actually a blacklisted movie screenwriter, and he helps his new dad, quote unquote, rebuild an old movie theater called The Majestic.
Yep, I like
Jim Carrey.
Is Jim Carrey the guy with amnesia?
Yeah,
he is. Peter Appleton.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time. Julia Stiles is listed on the cast list for The Bourne Identity.
Yeah.
All right.
But the girl that he tools around the movie with is a girl named Franca Potente.
Yes, she was in a movie called Run, Lola, Run. Mm-hmm. All right. Next on my list is a little scene film from 1998 starring Rufus Sewell. It's called Dark City. Also, Kiefer Sutherland is in that as well.
Oh, yeah, I don't think I've seen it. I don't think I've
Josh Murdoch is the guy's name. He wakes up in a bathtub. He can't remember lots of important stuff, like why some creepy bald albinos are chasing him around. But he finds out as we go through the film. It's a good movie. I like it. It's real dark, but it's very interesting.
That's always
kind of one of those mind
benders. The one where the guys walk around with fedora hats on, is it?
They have hats on. Yeah, they kind of float around, I think.
Yeah, they walk. Yeah. It's like an alternate universe type thing.
Yeah, it's like a whole weird thing that opens up and unfolds. It's pretty. It was kind of weird, but I enjoyed it. Thus, it's on my list. So, okay, let me see what else I got here. Here's another one for you. Total Recall, 1990. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Fantastic.
Douglas Quaid finds out that he's really someone else, and lays this famous line down: "If I am not me, then who the heck am I?"
I really am sad that you didn't do it in the accent. It's kind of doesn't work.
If I am not me, then who the heck am I? That's not very good, but there you go. Total Recall, amazing, great movie, love it.
When he yanks that thing out of his nose, classic.
Oh gosh, his nose is all like giant, bubbly looking.
I never watched the remake of that. Was the remake any good?
Don't bother. It's awful. It's stupid and slow. All right, let me throw out one more from 2010, Leonardo DiCaprio, a movie that I really, really, really enjoyed called Shutter Island.
Yeah, man, that's kind of a
you shut your island. You shut your island, Chris. Shut your island.
That one's kind of a spooky. I watch it though. It's freaky.
Yeah, it's a little bit. Teddy Daniels is investigating the disappearance of a murderer from an insane asylum, or is he?
Da da da.
Da da da. And honorable mention.
It's pretty intense. That movie gets pretty intense.
It is pretty intense, but it's really good though.
It's good.
Martin Scorsese directed. It's really good.
I agree.
Coming in at honorable mention is a little film that you might have heard of from 1999. A little film with Bruce Willis called The Sixth Sense.
Oh yeah.
Important note to self, gentlemen. Important note to yourself. Check to make sure you're actually alive every day before you make plans. And that is it for Donnie's top 5 memory loss movies with spoilers.
Man, that's a great movie. When you watch it back, and he goes to dinner with his wife and he's sitting there and they never exchange words. Just so good. So good.
Yeah. The color red is the key, right? Yeah. If you look back at everything, every time there's red, it's like where he's not able to interact or touch or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a good movie.
It's amazing to see how M. Night was fantastic in that movie, and I mean, I like Unbreakable. Unbreakable's great, not quite at the same level as Sixth Sense. And then I was actually all right with Signs, but then he just kind of went off the rails. which we've already talked about. So, all right, there you go, Donnie's top 5. If we missed an amnesia movie, let us know in the comments down below.
You mean if we forgot an amnesia movie?
If we forgot, if we
didn't
remember to remember.
For example, Memento, right?
You already said that.
I didn't put it in my top 5.
You already said that.
Because I didn't.
But did you?
I don't get that movie. I've watched that movie. I try to get it, but I don't enjoy it.
Well, Memento?
It's not enjoyable to me.
Yeah,
I don't enjoy that
Memento's,
film.
Yeah, Memento's pretty heavy too. All right.
You want the resolution?
Let's jump into the reason that we're here today, which so these are our odd episodes, which we break down a topic of choice. And tonight's topic actually came from the Facebook group. We didn't get a chance to get to it a couple weeks ago whenever we wanted to, but the question was posed to us because we talk a lot about genre stuff, sci-fi movies and superhero movies and action films,
Marvel movies, maybe
Marvel movies, and we as soon as DC makes a good movie, we'll cover that too. But the question was, let's talk about something else, which romantic comedies were thrown into the mix. And so I thought that would be a nice change of pace for, the three manly men that we are, to talk about our favorite rom-coms. Now, somebody did, the person that asked the question, I want to say it was actually Carrie, but I don't know that for sure, so maybe it wasn't.
I believe so.
I think it was Phil's wife, Carrie. She actually did specify that she would like to know from the recent, the last 8 years, like recent movies. And so we're going to go through the actual question. It's my topic, and so I just pulled the question, and we're just going to talk about our favorite rom-coms, but I did put the caveat that we need to have at least one from the last 8 years of time. All right, I will go first since it's my topic, and I will start with a movie called The Big Sick. And this was from, I believe, last year.
This is recent.
Yeah, I think it was last year.
Yeah, at least.
Was this good? This looked good.
This movie was fantastic. It was
really
great. It was one of the one of my favorite movies of recent memory. So if you know what The Big Sick is what's his name?
A guy.
Yeah,
Arnold.
No,
so that's true.
I can't remember. I gotta look at his name now.
Ben Affleck.
No.
His name is Kumail.
Kumail Nanjiani.
Kumail
Nanjiani. And so this is actually, it was written by him and his wife, and it's based on their actual story of falling in love. And the story goes that they ended up casting an actress to act with him, even though him and his wife wrote the film. She didn't star in it. But it just follows the story of them meeting. He's a stand-up comedian, and they meet at one of his gigs. And they kind of have this real quick budding relationship, and then she gets sick and she goes into a coma, and he is at the hospital and he meets her parents and he is just investing in them, and it's just like this weird awkward time, and then she wakes up, and then long story short, I mean, they end up getting married and they're still together, and life, but it's like this really human, very real love story. I mean, it is their story. So there's not these giant grand gestures. It's not that kind of a movie where they stop traffic in the final act and they run to each other. Like, it's a very real take on what love looks like, and seeing the cultures collide. Right. She's an American, woman. I believe her family's like from Ohio or Wisconsin or somewhere like Midwest, like the Midwest. And so she's like this this American bred, heartland type person who comes to New York, and he's this, he's Indian and he's a stand-up comedian, and just kind of their cultures clashing. And it's really cool. It deals with his family too, trying to get him married, marry somebody, within their, obviously their race. And so it's just really smart. It's very funny. And it's one of my favorites. I love it. It's called The Big Sick.
Is that on Netflix right now?
I don't know that it is. It might be. Yeah, I mean, it's been out.
It's on Prime. So I think it's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, so it's fantastic. So I would, if you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend it. One of my favorites. So there you go. Number one. Phil, let's go to you. What do you got?
I'm gonna go back a bit because this is probably my wife and I's movie for a long time. We still throw quotes at each other from this movie, and I'm gonna go with "You've Got Mail."
You've got mail.
Which is funny because it doesn't
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday.
Exactly. All that I know about
watch the dumb movie.
I learned from you've got mail.
I agree. It's on my list too.
Take them to the mattresses.
I figure as much as we've talked about this movie on our show already, somebody had to mention it. Dude, I love You've Got Mail. I think it's great.
We still have it on VHS, I think.
So good.
And I just love that movie, man. It's a great movie. Tom Hanks is fantastic in it. Meg Ryan's she's adorable in that movie. She's just funny.
She is.
And the whole movie it's funny because when you watch it now, it's so irrelevant technologically.
Oh, absolutely!
But
the AOL guys running across the screen and they're waiting forever. We don't even do everything now is instant message. Like we don't even do. I can't remember the last time I sent an email that wasn't business related to anybody.
Right.
That's crazy.
These were like chat room meetup that turned into an email exchange.
Yeah.
And, who else was in that? You had the guy who he worked for her.
Oh, Steve Zahn.
Steve Zahn. He was kind of anybody at the time.
No, he was great. Greg Kinnear in it too.
Greg Kinnear's in it. He was who's the lady? I always want to say Shirley MacLaine, but it's not Shirley MacLaine. It's
who's that lady?
Which lady?
The lady she worked at the she was the older lady. She was the older lady who worked at the store.
That one lady.
She's a famous person.
She's the wife from All in the Family now.
Yeah.
Gene Stapleton?
Maybe. Yeah.
Gene
that sounds
Stapleton.
Right. Yeah. So she's fantastic. She's fantastic in it.
So here's your cast. Meg Ryan.
Yes.
Meg Ryan, Tom Hanks, Parker Posey, Greg Kinnear, Gene Stapleton, Steve Zahn. Yep. Dave Chappelle is in it.
Oh, that's right. Chappelle's his wingman. That's right.
Dabney Coleman is in it.
Did you just say Dabney Coleman?
Dabney Coleman.
Because I almost did the top 5 on Dabney Coleman movies tonight.
He was in it. He was the father.
All right, it's good to know.
It's so good, man.
Let me write that down.
Such a good, FOX. Such a great movie. And I mean, both of them she's super cute. He is charming as all get out. Like, that is just such a great, and it's such an easy movie to watch. It breezes through. It never really drags. I think it's great. I love it.
It was good.
I only saw it in the theater one time, and I haven't watched it since.
All right, Donnie, we know that. We know that of us, you're the most romantic of the bunch. So,
yep.
What?
No question about that.
What do you?
My top rom-com of all time is probably The Terminator.
That definitely doesn't count.
What?
There should be a category for that. Action.
There was romance.
Action sci-fi
there was
romance.
Comedy.
Sci-fi romance.
I'll be back. That's okay. All right, fine. I'll toss that one. I'm gonna go with. I got a bunch here. I'm going to go with Roxanne with Steve Martin, 1987.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Based on the classic Cyrano de Bergerac.
Yep.
Steve Martin. I think we probably mentioned on the show before. It's a great movie. Love it.
We mentioned it as your favorite Steve Martin movie.
Yeah.
One of your favorite Steve
One
Martin
of my
movies.
That's right. We did that. Yeah. Daryl Hannah's in it. Rick Rossovich is the dummy that he kind of talks through romancing this girl who he finds that he himself is actually falling in love with. And he has a giant nose, and that's part of the story.
Okay, so here you go. Let's take it aside. Do you find Daryl Hannah attractive at all?
I do not particularly find Daryl Hannah attractive. No.
Phil?
No.
Which is ironic because she's in 2 of the movies on my list.
I know. I figured.
Donnie picked Splash.
Yeah,
also.
I figured it was gonna be Splash.
I did.
But
am
I
that predictable?
Yeah.
But
the last time you watched a romantic comedy was.
But I just feel
like
I just feel like even in that movie, like I just at no point when am I like I don't know. I guess you watch movies to kind of experience like a fantasy, right? Of like escapism, and
that's it.
You know, she's actually like a girl that I feel like I could probably get a date with. So it kind of takes the takes the excitement out. All right, Donnie, go ahead and since we already
Daryl Hannah's one of those actresses you kind of like was a big deal in the 80s. And
I know.
Yeah,
she was a big deal.
Where is she
I just don't know why.
Blade Runner.
Yeah, Blade Runner.
She was in a lot of movies, man.
I bet you hadn't seen her in anything since.
No,
1990.
She pops up every now and then. She was in Kill Bill. That was a long time ago, but she was in that.
Yeah. All right, Donnie, go ahead. I mean, since we already ruined Splash, go ahead and talk Splash.
1984 Splash. Great movie. Tom Hanks. Daryl Hannah. Mermaid.
It is a great movie. Tom Hanks is
it was
great.
The Little Mermaid before The Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree. Tom Hanks is I just think he's so dang charming. That's why I like when he does.
John Candy's in it. You got John Candy. You got Eugene Levy. Got all their shtick going
right.
on.
I forgot Levy was in it. Yeah.
John Candy's his brother. Tom Hanks' brother.
Yep.
Oh, the Little Boat. It's just me and the Moron Twins. We're not twins. Anyway.
That is a good one. All right,
Splash is my number 2.
Back to you. Let's
back at me.
2. Yeah.
We're reversing.
We're reversing. Let me look at my list here. Make sure I pick the right one.
Uh-oh.
I'm probably going to go with Notting Hill.
Okay. Hugh Grant.
I've actually seen that.
Hugh Grant, Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Hugh Grant is great in this.
Hugh Grant's a funny dude.
He was so dry, so funny. There's a scene there at the beginning when somebody's trying to steal a book from his bookstore, and he's like, see you trying to steal my book. We have you on the camera. And we're going to have you take that book out of your pants and preferably wipe it and either place it back on the shelf or buy it.
Gross. Unclean.
It was really good. I just love him in that movie. He's great in that movie.
Yeah, he's actually done quite a lot. He's on one of mine as well.
Is that Julia Roberts, Notting Hill, right?
Yeah, Julia Roberts. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's good. All right.
I've seen that one. Yeah.
So I have one, but I feel like it'll probably be on Donnie's list, so I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna go with a movie called About Time.
I don't know that movie.
And this is
heard of it.
Crap.
What is this?
I should have put the year. I think this is within the last 8 years too. It is with Rachel McAdams is the lead girl. Yeah, it's 2013. I
don't like her.
So it's Donald Gleason. Not Donald.
Get it straight, man.
It's the guy from Hux. What's his name? It's Gleason.
What are you talking about right now?
It's General Hux. General Hux from.
Are you talking about Domhnall Gleeson?
Yeah. Domhnall. Yeah. So he's in it. He's the lead, and then Rachel McAdams is the girl. This movie is fantastic. He finds out he can time travel, and so it's just him.
Oh, and he's like trying to get it right every time, but he can do it on purpose.
Yeah. I mean that
kind of like Groundhog Day.
A little bit, yeah, but it has a couple of really interesting twists, and it gets really kind of it gets really good. I don't want to ruin it because I don't think it's a movie that a lot of people have seen, but he kind of finds out like his dad. Well, no, I'm not. You find out really early. His dad has the same power, and so his dad is the one who explains to him how to use it, and that comes back into play at the end of the movie, and it's good. I think it's a very romantic movie. You know, it's kind of a lot about like what would you go back and change if you could, if you're trying to woo the right person, but you messed it up. Like what things would you do differently? And then then it's a lot about those moments in life that are super special for you, having the ability to go and relive them again. And it's great. Like it's actually super deep and it's super, it's very funny. It's very, very funny up front. It gets a lot more serious kind of towards the end, but it's great. But About Time is fantastic. I love it. I cry, by the way, if you're wondering.
What? You cried?
Yeah. So, and I guess since we're doing it this way now, I guess I'll go again. Which I will put now. I almost didn't put this down just because I don't think I would classify it as a comedy, but it is listed as a romantic comedy. So with that being said, I would go with Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Hey, you could throw that on my top 5 list, but I didn't really like it that much. That's why I didn't put it on.
What? You're out of your mind.
How does that count as a rom-com?
Well, I don't know. It is a sci-fi romantic comedy is the actual classification.
There's a lot of titles out there that are called rom-coms that I find no comedy in whatsoever.
I think this is very. I think this has.
In fact, I'm going to drop one on you soon.
Huh?
Sometimes movies are called comedies and they're not funny at all because they're dark comedies.
Sure.
And it's like,
yeah.
I don't understand. I can't remember what it was, but a long time ago I watched this movie and like everybody's like,
Saving Private Ryan.
No, yeah, and I watched it and I was like, this wasn't funny at all.
Yeah.
Like, this was just dark.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I wouldn't have put it on here, but when I was going through, it kept coming up when I was looking up like romantic comedy lists and stuff just to kind of get some ideas. And so I figured I would keep it. It's one of my favorite movies. Definitely one of my favorite romantic movies of all time. It's a little bit akin to About Time, and that it's, if you go through something bad, if you had the ability to remove that from your memory, like would you do that, or is the memory of the loss something that it's worth keeping? And I think it's fantastic. I think it's a great movie. So yeah, there you go. That's number 3 for me. Phil, back to you.
I'm gonna go with another Julia Roberts movie called My Best Friend's Wedding.
Oh, now I don't really like Julia Roberts.
Understood.
That movie is one of the best movies, and I'll let you talk about it, but then I'll tell you why.
Well, I mean, obviously, Julia Roberts is buddies with I don't remember his name. He was in a couple movies. He's not that popular.
Lyle Lovett.
No.
Rupert Murdoch.
No, but she was also. But he also did a little short stint on Friends as the love interest of.
It is Rupert something.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. So they're buddies from college way back, and then he comes back from a trip and has met Cameron Diaz, and has fallen for her, and in the realization,
Rupert Everett.
And in the realization that she's going to lose him, she realizes she loved him, and this movie sort of promotes the antithesis of a theory that I believe that it's hard for men and women to be friends. But in this movie, he disproves that theory. Except that he does say, there's this moment in the movie, it's such a great moment. They're on the boat, and she's kind of they're kind of like, you can feel the tension, and they use the shadow as they pass under a bridge. And as soon as the shadow of the bridge passes, the moment is gone. And it's like, if she had said something right before then, he would have called off the wedding and probably married her. But instead, she didn't. And the movie ends the way it should end. He marries the girl
exactly
he was intended to marry.
You just ruined this whole movie for me?
You haven't seen My Best Friend's Wedding?
You ain't gonna watch
I haven't seen it.
Oh, come on.
Ridiculous.
No, but yeah,
years old.
I agree, Phil. Like to me, that is that's what should have happened, and I would have been so disappointed had he left at the altar, which is what you expect. It's what you expect to happen in that moment, and he doesn't do it. And I think it's fantastic because that's what it's what you really do. I think it's great. I think it's great. I think it's a fantastic movie. This is not on my list. Real quick though, have you guys ever seen Forces of Nature with Ben Affleck and Sandra Bullock?
No.
It's an awful movie, but it does this same thing where Ben Affleck is on his way to his wedding, but he gets like something happens. He gets detoured, stranded, and he gets stranded with Sandra Bullock. And so they touch, like all the planes can't fly, so he has to get a car, and they agree to drive across town, across the country together. And
like planes, trains, and
automobiles.
And there's like
wedding. Like due date.
And there's like all this sexual tension between them and like this chemistry.
Like due date.
And you feel like he's going to call everything off, and he walks into the house at the end of the movie, and he looks out, and his his fiance's in her wedding dress waiting for him in the backyard. And in that moment, time stops, and he goes and marries her. And I love it because that's what you do. You don't run off with this crazy person that you meet on the airplane. Like this it's great. Anyway, so that's why I like my best friend's wedding, same thing, which is why I love it. All right, Donnie, you're up. What's next?
Am I up?
You're up.
Okay, this will probably surprise you guys that I've A, seen this, and B, that I actually like it. My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Oh, I love
it.
I love it. It's so good.
Yeah,
it's a great movie.
The dad sprays Windex on everything, and I want to do that. I want to get to the age of my life where I can spray Windex on everything, and people just ignore it because I'm just at
Windex. Windex as a cologne pops up in a nice little movie called The Lost Boys.
Uh-oh.
What? It does?
At the end, the old man is going on his date and they're about to show down, and he sprays a little Windex on him, and he's like,
dude, now I got to go back and watch The Lost Boys. You brought it up.
So good.
Great movie.
Big Fat Greek Wedding is great.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. What's her name? Nia Vardalos or something? Vardalos?
Yeah.
No clue.
Sure, whatever.
But anyway, it's, yeah. I mean, I don't have a lot of details on it, but I really enjoyed watching it.
It was good. It was crazy.
And they made a new one here recently, part 2. I watched that too, but it obviously wasn't the same.
Yeah, I like when they like that movie dug deep into the Greek culture, which I like movies like that.
Yeah, it was one of those kind of movies
because
all these customs and all these expectations.
They lean into how it would be to marry into a Greek family, which I thought was super cool.
Right.
Yeah, it's not
right. Yeah,
storybook kind of scenario. So, great. I like that. I like that pick. All right, Phil, back to you. What you got?
How many more do I have left?
As many. Let's say 2 more.
1, 2.
Looking at my list here, man. I probably want to go again with something that's older than newer, but I'm going to try to bring it into the 21st century with this one, with a movie called The Proposal.
Oh, yeah.
Sandra Bullock.
Ryan Reynolds. I love him.
Ryan Reynolds is great in that. He's a young book writer. Well, really wants to be a publisher and a writer, I think. And he's trying to make his break in the business, and he works for Sandra Bullock, and she is not a great boss, but she needs a green card. So she talks this guy into marrying her so she can stay because she's going to be deported to Canada. And
as all Canadians should
home. Be. Yeah, he goes home.
We need a wall in Canada.
I believe this movie. They wind up in. Isn't this the one where they wind up in Alaska?
Yeah, Alaska. Yeah.
In Ketchikan.
Yes.
And and you're like, man. And she meets the crazy grandmother who dances the rain dance. And
I love it. It's great.
It's a great movie.
It's a great movie. And it's shot on location there. It's beautiful. I want to live in Alaska too.
I just added a title to my list, Phil, because of a name you just said that I had completely forgotten about.
Sandra Bullock.
Nope, other name.
Ryan Reynolds. He's going to go with Just Friends.
I am. I
Ryan
love
Reynolds
that.
In a
dude, I watched that movie.
It's my turn. Stop.
Shush.
I don't know that I've seen Just Friends. Okay.
No. Don't tell me that.
Hang on. Okay, so The Proposal is great. I love Ryan Reynolds, and he's always funny. So, and they got good chemistry. I like them. Okay.
He was in a good movie called Green Lantern.
Yeah,
that was good.
You should
check that out.
Shut your pie hole. All right. So I'm going to go with a movie called. I will say that the movie that I'm about to say is probably the movie that me and my wife have watched the most out of every single movie in the history of movies.
Remember the Titans.
Just Married.
What's that?
With Ashton Kutcher and Brittany Murphy.
You talk about this movie all the time.
You have an Ashton Kutcher movie
in
your top 5?
Absolutely. And it is one of the funniest movies. And me and my wife, we were at the point where we would probably have watched that once a month for a long time. It's just so funny. So they just get married. He wants to be a news, like a sports news guy, but he does like the traffic at like 3:00 in the morning, and she comes from a rich family, and so they date, and everybody disapproves of him, but they end up getting married anyways, and they go to Europe on their honeymoon, and everything goes wrong, and they get like this little car that he's trying to drive up the Alps. It's just so good. It's so good. So Just Married is absolutely one of my favorite movies, and it has this great moment. I forget the actor that plays his. They have a pretty prominent actor that plays his dad. I can't think of who it is right now, but they have this great
Dabney Coleman.
Then he gets serious at the end, and he's like, he's talking about, he's looking at pictures, and he's like, how did you and mom do it? And he's like, look, you look at the pictures are the happy moments. It's what happens in between the pictures is what makes the difference. And it's great. It's a great movie.
Is he a furniture builder in this movie?
No, Ashton Kutcher. Or his dad? No. Ashton Kutcher is he does the weather report. Not the weather. He does the traffic at like 4 a.m. In the morning.
I feel like there's an Ashton Kutcher movie
where he's a furniture
maker? He is a furniture builder, and he goes off on his own to build his own furniture. And the woman, a lot like Love, maybe.
I don't know that I've seen that.
I just Googled it while I was talking to you.
Okay, then I'm gonna go with my last one,
anyway,
and then we'll roll around. I'm gonna go ahead and take this because I don't want it to be missed. But the all-time greatest rom-com is When Harry Met Sally. It is the perfect film. So I love Billy Crystal. I love Meg Ryan. They're both young and hilarious here. I don't know. I couldn't tell which way Phil was leaning when he went into his dissertation about people being friends, but I absolutely do not believe they can be friends. So I think that the movie is.
I was a little unclear on Phil's stance on that as well.
I didn't get to it, but no. I have a hard time with that idea. I have a hard time with. This is my philosophy. My wife doesn't agree with me, and that's fine. We don't agree on everything. But I often say, and it's not a 100% thing, but I say that typically if a guy finds a girl that he feels like he can spend more than 1 minute with and she doesn't drive him crazy and he enjoys her company enough to ask her out a couple of times and he wants to spend his money on her and he finds her to be even remotely attractive, that friendship is off the table. Like, it's like, never mind. Like, everything about you is what I'm looking for in a wife. Like, why do I need to be your friend? And then you enter this phase. You enter this phase in your life where you go, like, once you, like, there's, as an adult male, like, you don't need female friends. Then you get married and you can't have female friends. Like, all the women in my life that I would call a friend are either my wife's friends or my friends' wives.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Like, I don't need women in my life that.
But see, in the culture we live in, we're dinosaurs for thinking that.
That's maybe true, but
no, it's not maybe true.
But the reality is that is how it is. Like, it is the
reality. And people deny the reality of it. It's true.
It's just you can't. Anyway, so I think that's an excellent point, and I think that they drive it home in just a hilarious but also profound way in the film. I love everything about it. It is the absolute best romantic comedy of all time, in my opinion. So there you go. When Harry Met Sally. All right, Phil, last one.
I had to have something in the last 8 years. The problem is I haven't really liked a lot of. Well, the proposal was 2009.
Okay, well, that's close.
So it's close. We can accept that. So if we can accept that,
I don't.
Then I would. If you won't accept that,
nope.
I probably, just because it has to be within the last 8 years, I would probably go with Bridesmaids.
I never saw it.
It counts as a romantic.
Yeah, you've never seen Bridesmaids?
Yeah. No, I've never seen Bridesmaids.
Oh, that movie's funny, dude.
The fact that you've seen it surprises me because it's an all-woman cast. But no, I never saw it.
Touche.
That was what's her name?
Kristen Wiig,
Maya Rudolph. Melissa McCarthy, just hilarious.
Oh, I mean, they're amazing comedians. I just haven't seen it.
Oh yeah, don't they eat what is it that caused them all to have to go to the bathroom? Is it food poisoning?
Yeah, they get food poisoning.
They all get food poisoning.
And the bride winds up pooping in the street.
She does, and it's awful.
Pooping in the road.
Oh my gosh,
everybody's
so
sick.
Gross.
And there's just the dynamic there because you have Maya Rudolph and Kristen Wiig are lifelong friends.
Yeah,
but then she's marrying. Maya Rudolph is kind of marrying into a wealthy family. And I think the sister is a part of and it's that British girl. I can't remember her name.
Emily Blunt.
No, it's not Emily Blunt. Chris will know it immediately. Rose Byrne.
Oh yeah, Rose Byrne.
Yeah,
okay.
Rose Byrne.
And she just kind of horns in and replaces Kristen Wiig. And
she's kind of uppity, isn't she? Kind of uppity.
Yeah, real uppity.
Yeah.
The mom from Goldberg's is in it. She's hilarious.
She's great.
Wendy McClendon Covey or
when
something.
Is that movie going to be, or that TV show going to be somewhere where I can actually watch it? It's not on Netflix. It's not on Prime.
It's on Hulu, man.
I don't know if they canceled
I don't know on Hulu.
Well, let's talk after this.
Sorry.
I don't know if they even still air new episodes. I haven't seen anything about it.
I want to watch that.
It's still on. No, it's still on. It's coming back.
I really enjoy that show. It's
it's great. Yeah.
Honorable mention for me.
Donnie, you will love this show.
Yeah,
Goldberg's.
I want to watch it, but I don't want to tune in
like,
late. I want to start.
Every time I watch it, I tell Chrissy that's you. Like that kid is you.
It probably is me.
He's got it's perfect.
Donnie.
Sorry, Phil. Go ahead.
No, it's not honorable mention. It's not honorable mention, but just in my looking, did you guys just kind of combing around the internet? Did you see that Winona Ryder and Keanu Reeves are coming out in a romantic comedy together?
Yeah. It looks
Destination Wedding.
Yeah, it looks great.
John Wick 3?
Yeah, no, it's not that.
That's the spoiler. They're gonna release it as a rom-com, and you're gonna go to the theater.
It's gonna be John Wick.
And then bam, it's John Wick 3.
The first scene is gonna be him murdering her right in front of everybody.
She's gonna be his assassin sidekick.
No, it's a destination wedding. They meet and they both like instantly hate each other, and then of course fall in love. No, it looks great.
You guys think I'm weird if I say that I like Winona Ryder?
No,
what does that mean?
I don't know why, but I've always liked Winona Ryder.
She went through like that weird phase where she was a crazy
and a criminal,
but
I like her.
But like she came back in Stranger Things, man. I dug her in Stranger Things. I thought she was great.
That's right.
Stranger Things or Rebirth.
Yeah,
she was she did a short stint. She did a couple episodes, or one maybe only one episode of
Mr.
Friends.
Deeds. I loved Mr. Deeds. That was her and what's his face?
Oh, Adam Sandler. I never saw that one.
Adam Sandler.
Yeah,
Mr. Deeds.
That's a
She was
good
in
one.
Mr. Deeds.
Heck
yeah, that's one where his feet are like frozen. Yeah,
romantic comedy, Mr. Deeds.
Yeah. All right, last one, Donnie. What you got?
Dude has that black foot.
They're not swollen. They're black. They're frostbitten or something.
All right, Don. what you got, Don?
I'm just kidding. I can't feel it.
Okay, I'm gonna drop a couple on you here. You made me pick one from the last 8 years, and this is probably not a comedy either. But I'm gonna go with Silver Linings Playbook.
Never saw it, but it counts as a rom-com.
There it goes. I'm going to drop that. It was pretty, my wife and I saw it at the theater. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
I never saw it.
But it was very, like, not com. It was more like a non-com.
Yeah, it's like a dramedy.
Is that,
I'm going to drop...
what's her face in that?
Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence and
Bradley Cooper. And Robert De Niro.
That's another movie I was thinking of. People liked a lot. Is Aloha, and it was awful.
I didn't watch.
I never saw that one.
It's got that girl in it.
Rachel McAdams is in it.
No,
and Emma Stone. Emma Stone.
It's Emma Stone. Yeah. I don't like her. Let me
they
throw a
cast
couple
her
more.
As a Hawaiian, that was part of the problem.
Just Friends came up earlier, and I hadn't remembered until Phil said Ryan Reynolds. I watched that movie. This is going to sound super weird, but for some reason I saw it on Netflix. I started watching it by myself. And that movie cracked me up. I was dying. Yes.
Where he
loses all the weight.
Okay. I remember. Yeah.
And his brother and him have all these like crazy, just spontaneous fights going on, and it's really funny. It's really witty and everything. Okay. Let me throw a classic at you real quick.
All right, hit it.
Super quick. I won't talk about it.
You're fine.
It's called It Happened One Night. Clark Gable. It's great. It sounds crazy and super old from the 30s, but it's really good. It won Best Picture. And my number one top ever is 16 Candles. There you go.
Oh, 16 Candles.
I love 16 Candles, man.
I didn't get to give my honorable mention, but from 2016 Netflix movie Sing Street. Did you guys watch this?
Nope.
You both need to watch Sing Street. It's amazing. It's a young kid who really likes this girl, so he creates a band that decides to shoot a music video so that he can cast her as the lead in the music video. And the music is amazing, and it's heartfelt, and it's sincere, and it is an excellent, excellent movie. Sing Street.
Sing Street.
Sing Street.
It's not just, is that the one with the animals?
It's set in, no. No, this is live action. It's set in 1980s Dublin, Ireland, and it is brilliant. You lost me. So good.
I'd rather watch The Commitments.
No, you dummy. It is great. Trust me, it's great. Okay. It's on Netflix.
You say so.
There's a movie on Netflix I want to watch called To All the Boys I've Loved Before.
Oh, yes.
It's
or something
show,
like that.
Isn't it?
I think it is a show.
I think it's a movie. It's an hour and 45 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, never mind.
I thought it was a show too. Yeah.
It could be a show. I thought it was a movie the way it
may be.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And then I'm super geeked about Crazy Rich Asians. In the this show.
Yes.
I want to see that.
I'm taking Chris to see that on Saturday. Right. So, okay. That is it for our topic. That is our, look, these strong, somewhat bearded, sombrero wearing guys. See, like, we're kind of softies. Man. We got some love to go around here. Some great romantic comedies. All right.
Say anything.
Oh, no, not say.
I'm actually quite surprised that Say Anything didn't come up before now.
It's on my list, but Chris seemed like he was put out that I was mentioning too many names. So
No. I wasn't.
I love Say Anything. It's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, it's great, man. I love John Cusack.
Hey, what does he say in that?
He says, "Hey, my brother, can I borrow a copy of your Hey Souls classics? No, my brother, you're going to have to go out and buy your own."
Yes.
All right, guys, do this. If we miss a glaring romantic comedy that you love, or just one that you want to tell us to watch, leave it in the comments down below. Let us know. We would love
No promises.
No promises. I will probably watch it and cry. Donnie will probably not watch it unless there's guns or killing involved. So
hey. And laughing also.
All right, folks, it's that time of the show again. My favorite time now, which is where we get to play Movie 20 Questions. If you're tuning in for the first time, this is what happens. We have the people on our Facebook group send me recommendations for movies to try and stump these two goobers. And so basically, if you've ever played 20 Questions before, that's what this is. They have 20 questions to try and guess the movie starting right now.
All right. Phil,
time out.
What?
Don't we normally get to find out who it's from?
Do you? I can tell you.
Last week it
is from and I don't know if it's Andrea Jones or Andrea Jones. Andrea Jones.
Yes, Andrea.
She sent this in from Jacksonville, Florida, from our Facebook group. So there you go. Andrea Jones. This is you're trying to stump the boys. All right, whenever you're ready.
Gosh.
Okay, Phil, do we want to start with time frames?
This is my favorite part of the show. I swear I love it.
Well, I know that Andrea...
She's
21
years old. Sorry, Andrea.
You can't say that. Now I gotta... I'm sorry, Andrea. I will bleep that out.
I was just saying it for like age purposes.
You can't say that,
really?
Especially for a girl.
21.
You can't keep saying it, Donnie.
Andrea was in
I
my
have to
youth
bleep this out every time.
Is this movie from the 1990s?
No. Question number 1 is not from the 90s.
I'm tempted to go more recent, Phil.
Well, let's do this. Is it
not
from,
further back?
Is it within the last 18 years?
Last 18. So since 2000, the answer is yes. It is since the year 2000.
I forget that it's 2018 and that the 21st century is already 18 years old. The 21st century is old enough to vote.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
All right, so it's 2000s.
Don't Google, Donnie. Don't go to Google.
I'm not. I'm writing stuff on the paper so I can keep up.
I'm kidding.
Okay. 2000s.
Let's find a genre.
Where really? Okay. I didn't feel like we had success on that.
Genre's hard.
I think we wasted a lot of questions on genre.
Yeah, because we wound up in some hybrid genre.
Right. Well, that's true.
This is also a hybrid genre, just to let you know.
Oh my gosh, we have no chance if it's hybrid.
Lies.
I'm just saying, don't go down that road.
Okay. How about something like this, Phil? What about like box office? Like, was it like considered a box office success? Like, are we talking like underdog type movie, like something under the radar? Are we talking like an indie movie? Or are we talking about like something big?
You can try
a question like that.
That question.
That's
a great answer.
That's a great point. I'm not sure how to do that either.
You could ask if it was a success or considered a financial loss. I don't know how we're going to know that anyway. I don't know what costs to make movies.
I know that doesn't.
I think last week I asked if $17 million was a lot. I didn't know.
You could ask things like, was it positively received? I mean, that may get you where you're going.
You could ask something about the nature of the actors without asking a very specific actor-based question. Like,
okay, I'm going to
go award-winning, or is this actor? I don't know.
Holy cow!
We only have asked 2 questions, so we gotta ask more questions, guys.
Okay, I guess maybe genre is the way to go, Phil. I don't know. All right, is this movie An action movie.
No, it is not classified as an action movie.
This is stupid. This is dumb.
Dang it.
All right. Is
But remember,
there...
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind was classified as a comedy, so...
All right, Donnie, here we go. I'm going to try
Unfair.
this. Is there a... How do I answer? I'm going to answer this question. Is there an antagonist that is motivated by nefarious reasons?
No.
Probably not if it's not action. It's probably not.
I don't think so. No, I mean, I don't think so.
So it's probably not horror.
I'm not going to count that because I can't. I don't know that I can. I don't know that I can answer that exactly.
I'm just trying to ascertain if there's a giant alligator in this movie.
No, there are no alligators.
This is really
actually, you know what? There may be, but not any that I know.
Or a King Kong or something.
Good Lord.
Okay. Wow.
This isn't cool because now people are like, oh, Philip just guessed the first one after 5 questions. So we're going to go through and pick the most random movies ever made.
I mean, I wouldn't pick a movie if I felt like it was something you guys couldn't get to. I really thought you guys could get to the last 18 years.
Was this movie...
Why don't you ask things like where it was set?
No, hold on. Yeah, maybe that too. I'm gonna do this again.
Or when
I think it's a Christopher Nolan movie. Chris?
I doubt it.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do something about setting.
I don't want to do that. Okay, setting. Let's go setting. Is this movie set in America?
Yes, it is set in America.
Great. Cool. So that only narrows it down to about 10 billion movies.
A lot.
Set in America. That does. Okay.
Okay.
Does the geography play a pertinent role in the movie?
Like location.
I mean, yes.
Does it matter?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of does.
Because
here's one.
Like random movies.
Here's one
where there's.
It kind of has to do with the name of the movie, actually. So.
Ooh,
all right. Well, that was what I was about to ask. Does this movie have a person's name in the title?
No name in the title.
No human name.
No name. Yes, no human name.
As in, like, it could have the name of a geographical location in the title? Yes or no?
Is that one of your questions?
Yes, that's a question.
Does it?
Does it have a geographical name in the title?
Or geographic?
Yes, it does.
Oh,
that's 7.
All right, so we're in movies in the 2000s.
It's in America. Geography in the title. So it could be a city.
It could be a city.
It could be a mountain or a valley or a river.
It could be Brokeback Mountain.
Oh, sweet gravy train. I hope not.
That is a geographical location.
That is a geographical location. That is true.
It does take place in America.
Does it have a city in the title?
Yes. Now remember, if you guess this and it's wrong, you lose the game. No matter when you guess it, you lose the game.
We get this. We understand.
All right. Just helping you. That is 8.
So city. Let's think some cities, man.
That is 8.
Cities.
Cities.
Dallas.
Let me help you.
Boston,
it's
New
not
York.
Going to be a city. It's not going to be a city that you're going to instantly recognize.
I don't know what that means.
Is it my turn?
It doesn't matter. Whoever has a turn can go.
It's your turn. I said the city thing. City in the title.
Right, 8.
Does it take place? Is it considered East Coast city?
Yes, East Coast. That is 9.
Donnie.
San Francisco.
This is not a guess.
San Francisco.
East Coast, dummy. East Coast. Those are all West Coast. Cities.
You said East Coast. I'm sorry.
Good grief.
Okay. He said one in city would recognize.
How about this, Donnie? Just track with me for a second. We're just discussing Knights of Rodanthe.
Okay.
Nicholas Sparks.
Yeah, I know. It's a very real possibility. But Rodanti, is that an American city?
Yeah.
I thought that was
it's in North
Italy.
Carolina. It's in North Carolina. Chris, is it a Nicholas Sparks movie?
Oh man, I wish you would have asked the other question. It is not a Nicholas Sparks movie.
Dang it.
Okay. There is a movie called Synecdoche, New York. That's a city in New York.
Is that something?
It's like a romantic comedy thing or something. I don't know. All right, so a city, but it's not.
But it's not a Nicholas Sparks movie. I asked if it was Nicholas Sparks, which takes Knights of Rodanti off the table.
Okay. All right, think of East Coast, Jacksonville. That's a pretty popular one.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies called Hollywood. Jacksonville.
A lot of movies set
Jacksonville
there.
had a very prominent role in that show, The Good Place.
Yeah, it did. Jake Jordan.
Yeah.
He says, I went to Leonard Skinner High School. It wasn't really a school. It was just a bunch of dry dock tugboats tied together. We had to share with river rats.
All right, go up the East Coast with me. Florida cities, Georgia cities.
Miami, Savannah,
North Carolina, South Carolina. Charlotte. You got
Boston.
Fort Sumter.
You got
Trenton.
These are all popular names. Like
New Jersey.
It's not going to be that popular. Ask another question.
What number are we on?
You have 10 questions left.
Okay. Is the city in New York?
No, it is not in New York.
Is it considered a southern city?
Yes. Yes. I'm pretty sure.
What? That's not helpful.
I'm pretty sure, yes. It's considered a southern city.
Okay, well, that's probably borderline then. What's in Virginia? You got like Richmond, you got like Newport News, you got like
I think you should branch away from the location because you're going to drown yourself.
Oh gosh. I want to drown myself right now.
All right, let's go with is it a romantic movie? Did we already ask that, Donnie? I'm asking.
No,
Donnie,
ask it.
I mean,
is a romance part of the is it a romantic movie? A romance.
I mean, crap, it's hard, man. That's a hard question to answer.
Oh, it's hard for you to answer the question?
How hard is that? It's a yes or no question. Is it a prominent part of the story?
I'm going to say romance drives the story, but it's not a big part of the content of the story. Does that help?
No, not at all.
Ask about like themes or eras or like try to find out more about the movie.
Is it set in the modern era?
No, it is not set in modern times.
Oh, snap, dragon.
Is it a musical?
No, it is not a musical. That's 15. You have 5 questions left. 5 questions.
Not modern.
But it was released in modern, so it's filmed in modern times, and it takes place in non-modern times. So, but it's not a Nicholas Sparks movie. Okay, hey, can we ask another era question to narrow it down to which decade of this era?
Whatever you want.
I'm asking Donnie.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, where would we go with it? Like Civil War or like World War? Probably. I don't know.
Well, no, I was just saying, like, could we figure out if we had a better handle on when in the last 18 years it came out?
Okay. Oh, you mean release time?
Like, was it released since 2010 or was it released before 2010? Or I don't know if that's going to help. It doesn't seem like
we're really terrible at this. This is not. We're not good at
Chris,
this.
Chris opened it up to a bunch of people to be like, let's see if we can stump these guys. Well, yeah, of course you can. You have the entire internet available at your fingertips.
I don't think this one's that hard. I don't think this one is hard as Lake Placid.
Wow.
Boy.
5 questions.
Okay.
This is what you know. It was released after 2000. It is not set in the modern era of filmmaking. The geographical location is in the name of the film. It's on the East Coast, considered in the southern states.
All right, this might help. It might not.
Not a popular
ask
city
it anyway.
Is
the lead actor male, or is the lead actor a male? The lead actor being first title.
First build is a man. But there are technically 3 lead actors, and the other 2 are women.
What?
And they're all 3 Academy Award winners.
Chris is just giving us.
Chris is dropping some info now.
Even if we get it right, people will be like, "Oh, Chris gave him all the softballs."
4 questions.
1 man, 2 women, Academy Award winners. Yeesh. Not modern.
Are we talking?
Gatsby's not a city.
You need to ask the question, Phil.
I know. I'm thinking, Donnie. Are we? Does it take place in the Victorian? No, because nope. Stop, Donnie. Stop asking that question. Because it takes place in the U.S.
You can talk to Donnie. That's fine.
Man, I think you got to try for an era. Just drop an era question.
Does it take place in the 20s?
No.
She was very unsure of this answer.
No. I mean, no.
It's got to be like some kind of.
You know what it is, right? It's probably what he says. Romance drives the movie. It means there's some like the dude's wife got killed or whatever. It's probably like Road to Perdition or something.
It's a great movie.
Dog, what movies have city names in them, bro?
Yeah, 3 questions
Especially
left.
Southern
3 questions. Southern, but it's not a name you're going to know, is what I'm telling you. Don't get stuck on the name.
Jeez.
It's stupid. We spent 12 questions trying to figure out the stupid city. Makes no sense.
I tried to tell you. 3 questions. 3 questions left.
I don't know. Donnie, go.
Donnie, you were going to ask a question earlier about when it took place. Ask that.
Is it in the Civil War era?
It is during the Civil War. You have 2 questions left.
Holy.
So think of Civil War movies with the name Gettysburg. I mean, I don't know, Donnie.
That wasn't really a movie in the last whatever years that I.
So the movie's been released since 2000. It is set in the Civil War. It stars the male actor who was Academy Award winning.
Oh, I know what it is. It's probably Cold Mountain.
Yeah, do it.
Cold Mountain. That's our guess.
2 questions left. Cold Mountain is the answer on question number 18.
With a little help from our friends, but
I don't think it was really help. I mean, I
got to be honest with you. I know you got it, but I could see that movie in my brain as soon as we started talking about it. So, way to synergize.
I did not know that was a city. I thought it was actually
Cold Mountain, North Carolina. Whenever you mentioned the other movie and you said it was in North Carolina, I was like, if he asked the question, "Is this movie set in North Carolina?" we are really going to lose him. Because that's what I thought.
Well, that's what we should have done, is gone state by state. That's why I started with New York.
But you just said you didn't know that Cold Mountain was a city in North Carolina.
No, I didn't know it was a city at all.
That stars Jude Law,
Nicole Kidman,
and Renee Zellweger.
So that's it. Right. So there you go. There is
your face, Andrea.
That's right, Andrea. I helped them just a little bit, but they got there on the 18th question. Look, it's all about having fun, all right? Nobody wins prizes, all right? It's just about having fun.
Wait,
that is it for our show. We've talked about romantic comedies. We took a trip to Cold Mountain. We have talked about people who can't remember things in movies.
I thought it was a mountain. I said Brokeback
Mountain. I know. See, I thought we were going to get it. But see, then I was afraid if you were going to be like, does it have mountain in the title? I'm going to have to say yes. You're going to be like, Brokeback. And that's why I was reminding you, if you guessed the wrong one, you're out. All right, guys, that's it. We will see you next week. Bye.
Adios.